Here to explain is home design expert Shannon Acheson, who's written a new book called The Clutter Fix, the no-fail, stress-free guide to organizing your home. Wow, Shannon, that's quite the quite the title. I love it already. Welcome back to 700 Club Canada.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me again.
Well, we learned so much from you. I follow all your stuff online. I read your books, so I'm looking forward to this. But I love that you say in this book, clutter isn't just about the stuff. It's about how we feel in our homes and how we live out our lives. It's actually mental and emotional, not just physical. Okay, tell me more about what you mean.
Well, everything in our space that surrounds us most definitely contributes to how we feel. And if your space is cluttered and messy or dirty or any of those things, it's going to make it really hard to be calm and feel like you can handle things and go about your day to day if things don't have a place and if there's too much stuff everywhere.
Yeah. You know, I think it's so true. I hate clutter. I have to admit, it doesn't mean I'm clutter free, but I really hate clutter. And part of it is I have this thing about it just clears my space so that I can think better, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you say we have organizational personalities. So I'm very intrigued by this. What are they, and how does knowing these personalities help you declutter your space?
Well, so there's four of them. Everything out. They're based on four characteristics. So everything out or nothing out. So that's sort of based on how you see things, how you like to see things. Do you want things behind hidden doors, or do you want to see where they are? Because for some people, behind closed doors means out of sight, out of mind, and they will forget it's there. They won't even, it's gone. And the other two characteristics are simple and detailed. And so that obviously speaks to, do you want things in big bins, or do you want things like you've got a container for paper clips, a container for pens, a container for, every little thing. And so those four characteristics make up the combined four organizing personalities. And those help you so that, once you've cleared out some clutter, those ones are really important in the sort of, once you're trying to keep things organized and keep things clutter free, because they will help you, know which organization system works for you, because not all of them will work for you. They just won't.
Well, I think that's an amazing point, because the person who's maybe simple, detailed, maybe they're the neat and tidy, right? Not
Right.
everybody lives like that.
Yep. No, we have, and you probably have a variety in your house too.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So one of the
yeah,
biggest struggles that we experience is, actually, where do we begin? So you're
right.
suggesting that this personality, understanding how you function best or how you declutter best, will help
Yeah.
you even start?
It does once you get to that place, absolutely. Because so you start by getting rid of, the easy stuff. Nothing sentimental. Don't start there, but start with the easy stuff. Trash, just the easy things. And that's why in the Clutter Fix, there's a list of 120 things you can throw away guilt-free. And then there's also a 10-day decluttering shortcut. And those things I would highly suggest starting with, because it'll give you some quick wins, like you feel like you can actually do it and you're making progress in your home at the same time. And then the organizing personalities will really help you keep things that way after you do that.
Oh my goodness, I'm a thrower outer. So that list, that would be like a party for me.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
But it would create a lot of stress for my husband.
Maybe.
Right? Because this is...
Don't throw out his stuff.
Oh, I don't throw out his stuff. Oh, I get it. Okay. But that is so good, because sometimes we have the thrower outer, right? And then the one who doesn't want to. So we're trying to declutter. We're starting with, what works for us. But how do you then get others on board? Like, I'm not trying to, put my husband on the spot, but really, how do you get others on board, right?
Yeah. So the real question is, you might be able to get them on board. You might not, but that shouldn't stop you from decluttering anyways. So some of the key things with trying to get someone on board is don't force them, give them a lot of encouragement, make it easy for them. So have containers there for tossing, for giving away and donating, and just really encourage them and communicate, as is, the big thing in everything, marriage, everything else, right? Communicate with them and really find out why, if they're pushing back, why they're pushing back, and then work with them on that. but don't let that stop you from decluttering everything else in the house if it's really something that you need to do for your house. So you might be able to get them on board, you might not. I've got some ideas in the book for how to do it that are a little more specific, but then, and with kids, obviously you help them in a little different way, and that's covered too. So it's encouraging them and really making it easy for them.
That's so good. What do you think is underneath the reason why people don't like to get rid of stuff? I know that's a loaded question.
That is. There's a whole other chapter about why we collect clutter, and there's several reasons for that too. So it could be anything from worrying about needing it later, so fear, or sentimental things are really hard for some people to get rid of as well. So there's a lot of reasons for that, and I've tried to brainstorm as many as I could think of and sort of list why and how to counteract that in the book as well.
I think that's so good. That's what I love about your writing, Shannon. It's not just, it is very practical. I like your lists because it's step by step, but it also gets to the underneath emotional stuff. Like in this case,
important.
Yeah. And they're often the things that hinder us, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I can give you all the checklists you want, but if there's something holding you back underneath, then you're not going to use the checklist. So you need both. You need the why and the how to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's what you do so well. So just a brief moment left. We've decluttered our houses now. How do we keep it that way?
You need to set up rhythms and routines and habits that will help you to do that going forward. And so those will help you do it so much easier if you get those in place.
Well, I again love your writing. Your home decor book was amazing. That was one of our, gifts for viewers a while back. And now we strongly encourage you to get a copy of Shannon's newest book, The Clutter Fix. It's just going to make your life so much freer and hopefully for everyone else around you too. So go to 700club.ca to find more about Shannon and her book. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you so much for having me.